Can a midlife crisis be a midlife blessing? I've been contemplating deeply on an observation that many people are going through midlife crisis so much sooner right now. In early 40s or mid 40s, there is this chapter where you begin to question everything you've created in your life. You look back into your path and all the years, decades of hard work and persistence and willpower to create a sense of stability, grounding foundation in your life. And then suddenly you begin to realize none of that external stability takes away the deep vulnerability inside. And slowly you begin to ask much bigger questions. What is the source of true fulfillment? What I'm gonna do with the rest of my life? What is important? What is meaningful? What is not important? The midlife crisis is the process of demasking, of beginning to feel this compelling desire to connect with your true, authentic self. And there is a sort of rebellion begins to arise within you. Rebellion against other people's expectations, projections, opinions of you. The social persona, the social mask, or even a business persona begins to feel constricting. Why is it a blessing? Why can we look at it as a blessing? Because deep inside, a new kind of evolution begins to happen. The soul begins to speak. And first we hear it as an inner discomfort, as melancholy, as dullness, as feeling like something is not okay, something is missing. And we may want to fix that feeling by looking for an exciting change or maybe a new partner or change the direction of our business. But quickly we realize that doesn't make that feeling of unease go away. And this is the time where we begin to ask ourselves, well, what can be different in my life? What does my soul want? And this is a very ripe moment. Because when you begin to get curious about your inner world, about your inner growth, about a new way of touching the deep, deep space inside of your soul, you begin to connect to a much bigger reality, a reality of your soul. So midlife crisis can absolutely be your midlife blessing. And one thing that I have learned going through my own chapters of breakdown to breakthrough, dark night of the soul, deep confusion, deep disillusionment, is that those chapters, they give us an opportunity to humble ourselves in front of the mystery of life and to ask much bigger questions. Those chapters stir this deep inner yearning for more aliveness, not fleeting moments of happiness or excitement, but that deep soul contentment, deep inner harmony that comes when we stop resisting or fighting life and begin to get curious. Why life is unfolding in front of me? There must be a reason, there must be a message. So we begin to look at our life through the eyes of the soul. This is a really powerful transition point. And what I would encourage anyone who is listening, anyone who is going through this chapter, this may take discipline and conscious intent to not suppress the unease or discomfort, but to allow it to bubble up and to come up. So you can get to know your inner world from a new vantage point. It's also important to surround yourself with people who have mature consciousness and empathy and compassion. If you have a guide or a mentor who can lead you through that transition, this is of crucial support. Midlife crisis is a time where you get to learn to move slowly, not to rush through it, not to rush through the discomfort, but to learn to move slowly, to become more attuned to the here and now, knowing that this new birth of a new self can only happen when you allow your old illusionary self to disintegrate, to dissolve, and to die. Hi, my name is Katerina Satori. I walk the path of a mentor for people's souls. And often people find me when they are on a crossroads, when they are going through identity crisis, identity shift, and when they are trying to find the way forward, but grappling with confusion and a deep fog in their life. They finally seek support. They finally seek an objective and loving guidance. If you are there, and if you resonate with my energy and frequency, I am just one message away. I'll put the links underneath this video how you can get in touch with me. And may this message brings you encouragement that if you're moving through a difficult chapter, it's not something that you're doing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. You're moving through a new evolutionary phase. And the beauty and the mystery of life wants you to expand in a completely new way. And yes, it feels vulnerable and uncertain. And yes, it's vulnerable to even reveal that about yourself to another human being. But holding things inside does not make you strong. It weakens you. When you find a safe space to name what you've been holding, the energy begins to move. And a new sense of space begins to open up around your heart. And the answers begin to arrive, and the clarity returns. And soon you will receive a new inspiration, a new vision. This is one of the services that I offer to my clients and my students. I create nourishing experiences when they come to my home temple. I create nourishing experiences for their soul. First, to receive that deep emotional nourishment. Because when you go through a transition, it feels like you're moving through the desert, dehydrated, fatigued, disoriented. So the first thing that I do is I replenish people's emotional resources. And then we ground together through a series of mindfulness and grounding practices. We return back to the body. We begin to learn to find inner stability within. And then, we begin to tap into the next dream, because every single one of us holds the seed of that next dream. And you are absolutely worthy to creating your dream, your next dream. So don't lose hope if you're going through this chapter, and if you are not able to even talk about it, but you've been holding it inside and feeling the unease every single day as a background vibration. There is a blessing in this process. You know, if I can help you go through this, I am here for you.